Anyways, all right, moving on. Getting into the leg of the show where I'm too drunk to be entertaining. Not that the first 2/3 of the show were entertaining, but you want to hit us with another great overheard LA quote?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, you can't because the phones don't work here. I'll give you one.
Yeah.
Hey, where's this pancetta? I'm late for my Coke class.
Yeah, that was close. Because one was like, don't vape all over the charcuterie board. I feel like that's the same thing.
That's awesome.
This is loosely related, but like,
Do you vape on the charcuterie board?
No, but who are these people? I don't want to offend anybody that is one of these people because obviously they outnumber me. But like what's with the places where people go and they open their laptops and they just sit there and they write their screenplays? Like, how could people do that? That's like taking a poo poo. Like, how can you even make with people around you? That seems crazy to me.
Well, my friend who Alan Loeb, who's actually the one who convinced me to start the account, and has written such incredible movies as 21 and Here Comes the Boom with Kevin James. But
Here Comes the Boom.
He's a very successful screenwriter. I don't know if there's going to be a Boom 2. I'm not sure. But,
Here Comes the Boom Boom.
Is Kevin James' name Boom in it? Is his name Boom?
I think so. I don't know. It's possible.
Oh, you haven't seen? Okay. I'll look it up. Like...
Rob, you're speaking very quietly right now. It makes me think you're kind of getting ready to say something real loud. You're going to drop a loud one on us.
No, I'm not going to do a shock scare.
William Boom has a problem.
But he's obviously been successful and worked his ass off for 20 years and built a career. But he still loves.
Here comes the boom.
What? What's he? I don't like. What? You're like a Bill Hader character now. You're like that goth kid.
What about a guy that he's a boom operator, and he's always getting his boom in the shot.
What?
And it's like, okay, and action.
Jeez.
Hey.
Yeah.
Wait, do vampires? No, vampires don't have a reflection. Is there a mythological creature that doesn't have a shadow?
Gargoyle.
Gargoyles don't? Gargoyles don't?
Minotaur.
Right.
Minotaur.
Minotaur. Hobgoblin.
Zebra.
I don't think Ghost cast a shadow.
Ghost Catcher.
Ghost Catcher.
All right.
The biggest monster.
Continue.
Lich.
What if there's like a boom operator, but he gets like
Rust Monster.
He's like he's instead of being the Invisible Man, anything he touches turns invisible, so he becomes a boom operator because he can put that boom in any shot he wants to because
that's good.
Get the best audio
That's
in the
good.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be an episode of Rick and Morty.
69 episodes.
I spent about 4 hours talking about invisibility technology today in the Rick and Morty writers' room. Like we were picking apart like how invisibility tech would work and what it would require.
Years ago, I met a guy who was in the military, and he said that like there was some military briefing where like some guy like was walking around wearing an invisibility suit, and you could kind of see, but like you mostly couldn't, and so people didn't even notice that he was in the room, and they're like, "This is the new tech, gentlemen," or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I mean, my conclusion was like, it's like forget about the. It's funny how in the 80s, like we kind of went biological with it, and that's where you got the trope of like, oh, you have to be naked, like otherwise you're just going to be like, because it was like we went. It's funny how like our consciousness of like sci-fi like proceeds along certain lines. Like in the 80s, we were like, an invisible person would have to be like, oh, your skin is invisible, and then like, so that means if you were wearing a sports bra, it would just be a floating sports bra, and then you take it off, and then we'd make these movies about like, oh no, I'm naked, but it's now more like I think like we were talking today about like what if Rick had an invisibility belt? Like what would it would be a belt, and like he would have designed it to be like easy to just. So it's like I was like it'd probably be like it's like a cloud of it like scans the contiguous surfaces, so if you're holding a coffee cup and you activate the belt, like the coffee cup will disappear because for the same reason your shirt does and your hair does and your fingernails and your everything, because it's like it scans the surfaces
So
of
the
stuff.
cup doesn't have to wear a belt either.
No.
The cup doesn't have to wear a belt.
But it could. It could.
The cup, I'm
No.
sure, could wear a little belt.
If the cup wears a little belt and then Rick picks it up, would he not need the belt anymore?
If it was the same
All right,
time.
well, you
yeah.
actually, I mean, that's...
Did I break the story?
Well, you didn't break...
68 episodes. 68 episodes.
I mean, that's actually a pretty good point. Why not just put the belt around a coffee cup and
Yeah.
hold the coffee cup? You get a nice hot cup of coffee and you're invisible.
And you're invisible.
Anytime you want to turn invisible, put the cup down.
He doesn't have to
All right,
unbuckle
look,
anything.
I mean, I'm telling you, I'm using it.
Pants stay up.
It
no
makes more
matter
sense
what.
than having to like worry about a belt around yourself. Yeah.
I don't know what the fucking problem is over there.
But it was kind of like you need like a cloud of that kind of like mapped itself around your surfaces, and and have like subatomic cameras and like photoreceptors and projectors that like we're taking in information from all the light that hit it from every conceivable angle in real time, and then
Right.
simultaneously, whereas like having a relationship with anything in any variation of like behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I asked the question like, well, what if you back up against a wall? Wouldn't you then project a shadow onto your surface? But then I was like, no, I'm thinking macroscopically. Like if there's subatomic like nano cameras, I don't know if you can go subatomic with your nano. But I mean, hey, what's
You
nano
gotta.
if it's not subatomic? But if it's like then it's like you could like push up against a wall and still to like something that's like the size of an electron or like somewhat bigger. There'd still be a football field worth of distance between it and even a surface you're touching, maybe.
Yeah, and I also think that it would want to map like the surface and then the light level that it was, intercepting. So
Right,
then
well, because it's gonna like make these calculations. Like, well,
Right.
if there's a spotlight on the front of me.
Right.
Then I'm gonna take information from between this camera and the back, and then I'm gonna like. It's basically like the whole thing's job. Obviously, it sounds kind of dumb to say it out loud, but it's like the whole thing's job is just to airbrush you out of
Right.
of an exist. It's to take in all available data, which I do believe is possible. It's just a matter of processing and AI and stuff that you would be able to have a cloud of technology around you that was making calculations fast enough to simply adjust for all light
Right.
coming at it and projecting light outward. You'd need like a tremendous amount of power probably too, because it's not going to be powered by the light. It would be like a battery that would be running out, because it would be
Right.
it'd be like the world's most fancy lamp. It would be like sending out like a bazillion
The perfect
like,
light.
waves out that were like being compensated for.
there's also like the version that it doesn't actually do that. It just moves the light that would hit you to where it would go past you. So it just bends the light around you and then puts it back at the right exact angle right after it clears your body. So then it's the same beam of light that would go and hit you and reflect off, showing a visual picture, and that beam of light hits the wall behind you, and then vice versa the back way.
Yeah, I do believe that I'm certain that they got to be working on that.
Yeah.
In the military, I know that like the that poor young lady that wound up in the water tank at the Cecil Hotel. Like that part of that myth, the conspiracy theories about that is that there's some like 2 degrees of separation between her and like invisibility technology. The Red Handed podcast did an episode about her after their appearance here while they were in LA. It was like the idea was that's what she's in the elevator and she's like interacting with things that aren't there is because she stumbled too close to cloaking tech. I'm laughing because it's a terrible desecration of a human being's death to like have these like weird Captain America theories about like I just imagine her parents going like, I wonder what happened to her, and then it's like, well, I've got a theory. I think that G.I. Joe did it, and they're like, thanks, but it's still kind of
Because
bummed
there
out.
was a scene in the elevator in Captain America.
Oh God,
Right, where he's invisible.
Was he invisible?
Yeah, in that scene.
Have you seen the security camera footage of the Aliza Lamb that disappeared from the Cecil
Yeah.
Hotel and then ended up in the
Yeah. I've
Have you
seen
seen
it.
that? Are you familiar with that?
I haven't watched it recently.
That's fair. Has Cold Case Murder Mysteries weighed in?
Yes.
What did he say?
She was
nuts?
off her meds,
Yeah.
and that she may have even found some stuff, like maybe took some E or something, but like in any case was off her meds and was experiencing, and she was in a suicidal state and like kind of found her way up to the highest point and just kind of went with it, you know. But she was just on a trip and kind of found this like ladder going up to this thing and went into this thing and there was water and it was nice and she just kind of
Zonked out.
had an accident.
I like that.
I like Asperger Detective does it again. It's usually not as simple, or usually more simple than it seems. He's going to come on the show now.
Yeah.
He's coming
I think
on.
May 20th or something.
What's his actual name so we don't have to call him that?
It's Asperger Detective.
Okay.
Ryan Krause.
It's Ryan Krause. We have confirmation that he doesn't mind being called that, but I think maybe other people mind him being called that. So yeah, we'll start calling him.
I also, Dan, I told you I ran into Open Mike Eagle the other day, and your tape that you guys made of you rapping, he was telling me that's going to drop soon, so he wants to come back on the show.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to drop soon.
I think there's references. It's like I'm like rapping on that now. I'm going, I'm 44 years old and it's 2014. All right.
He said at one point you got quite high, and then he said, he goes, Dan went into a pretty dark place.
Yeah, we talked about that on here. I like smoked like a fucking ridiculous conical shaped joint, like that looked like a sushi hand roll, and like. And was like, the only thing I remember is crying and Mike going, like doing things like behind the other glass and going like, damn, what's going on, man? I don't know. He's like, just tell me how you feel. Tell me what you want. What do you want? I want black people to like me. Why? Go. And that's all I remember. So I'm not looking forward to that track.
Oh,
because I'm sure the reason isn't awesome.
I gotta hear this.
I say we do a double whammy. We play that track when he comes on the show, and we have Rob's drawing of you, his artwork, up on the jumbotron.
Going away.
Yeah, you know, I'm a
left.
social media piñata. Everyone, grab your candy. I don't want to say I'm unfireable.